Welcome to 420 Somewhere Podcast. I'm your host, 420. Let's get this smooth sex started, okay? So we gonna dive in straight to what we're smoking today. Weed 101. The strain of the week is gonna be Girl Scout cookies. Famous strain. Everyone has probably smoked it. Right here. Beautiful, beautiful little nuggie. The parents of this strain is OG Kush and Durban Poison. So it's an indica dominant hybrid. Literally 60% indica and 40% sativa. So it's more on the indica side than the sativa. This is also Wiz Khalifa's favorite strain. And I'm gonna tell you why. Girl Scout cookies was originally bred by Northern California's Cookie Fam. And I actually did a brief little blurb on them, I think on my first episode. Yeah, it was my first episode. I did like a whole background on Cookies Fam. Cookies Fam is like well known for any cookie strains. So of course, Girl Scout cookies is gonna be one of theirs. This strain is literally no joke. It's not for the weak. It's definitely not for first timers. The potency level of this strain is super duper fucking high. Like it won a bunch of awards and shit, cannabis awards, because of the high potency in it. And it does not change, which is dope. I'm like, okay, they have the highest THC percentage in the game. Okay, I'm fucking with that. So the flavor and aroma, I'm about to smell it actually, because when you smell it, it smells like piney. It doesn't smell like it tastes. It's kind of misleading. So when you smell it, it's like earthy, fiery, like it smells woodsy, like it smells like grass. I don't know how to explain it, but it's not what you would expect, because when you taste it, when you pull on that shit, when you hitting that shit, it tastes like cherry. Like it tastes sweet. Like it has like notes of sweetness to it. So it's kind of misleading when you smell it. You're like, it smells like pine, like a pine needle, or like, I don't even know what to compare that to, but it smells earthy. Not how it tastes at all. So that's interesting. The appearance, it's a dense bud. It's dark green and it has little fiery little hairs on it. I don't know if you can see it, but like you can kind of see the hairs. You can see the keef. It's great for cancer patients. So it helps with the nausea that's caused by chemotherapy and radiation. So this would probably be a perfect strain for somebody that, just came out of chemo. They're not feeling too hot. Smoke a little Girl Scout cookies. It'll help. It'll kick in. It also is great for treating chronic pain, neuropathic pain. So anything that's like neurologically causing you any type of pain or discomfort, you smoke that shit. Smoke it. And it treats severe muscle pain, soreness in the muscles too, insomnia, and loss of appetite. So it's gonna make you hungry as a motherfucker. So that's Weed 101. That's about the Girl Scout cookie strain. Give it a taste if you ever see it in your local bud tender. Be like, oh, you know what? I learned about that strain. Let me get that. Let me get that shit. Because it's high potency, okay? The level of THC percentage is pretty high. So, all right. Now, our next topic is going to be Edibles 101. And it's going to be how CBD reverses the effect of THC. So it counteracts THC. If you're ever too high or you feel like you too damn high, take some goddamn CBD. Most people don't know that. They just be like, oh, let me drink some coffee or drink some water or go to sleep. Like, no, just take some CBD. You'll be fine. I promise. So how does CBD counteract THC? Now, I did lots of research on it. I'm not going to bore you with all the scientific mumbo jumbo. Basically, CBD acts as like a blockage, psychiatric like side effects caused by THC. So it's like every time you feel that euphoric feeling or you feel like, oh my God, I'm really high, like CBD basically blocks that feeling. So how it does that? So it raises the level of endocannabinoids in your system, in your body system. The THC is a psychoactive effect where CBD is not a psychoactive drug. So you're not going to get high from taking CBD. You will get high from taking THC. So the THC actually binds to your CB1 receptor. So it literally clings onto it like a little magnet. It just sticks itself to your CB1 receptor. So that CBD that you just took is going to be like kind of like a barrier between your CB1 receptor and the THC compound. So it's not going to stick. It's going to just increase all these endocannabinoids in your body and just make it harder for you to get that level of high, the psychological effects of the THC. CBD essentially creates more of like a less euphoric feeling, and it's like what I like to equate to is to, let's say you just ordered a drink, they give you lots of ice. The melting ice kind of dilutes the drink and the alcohol potency of it. So you kind of think about it like that. CBD is a way of counteracting and kind of diluting your high. So it goes into how some medical strains actually have a component of THC and a component of CBD. You'll see it's like a ratio. If you were ever to get medical marijuana, you would see, 1:1, 1/1, the ratio. So I'm going to go into different ratios and like how it can affect it and what you might be feeling with these ratios, because I was kind of confused at first, but I kind of get it now, the compounds. So we're going to go into 1/1. So that's going to be the perfect balance. So 1 compound THC and 1 compound CBD. That's going to be like literally the perfect dosage for anybody that wants to still experience the feeling of being high, but like without the paranoia or just like not any of the bad effects of being high. That would be probably your perfect compound. 2/1, that's going to be like a light high, not really enough to feel intoxicated or anything. It would just block, again, the negative feeling. So you would just feel uplifted, not really high at all. Like maybe briefly, but just not really that high, not like the previous one. So 8/1, that's going to be daytime use. So that's going to be like, again, light high, if any. Your functionality is going to be normal. Your perception of time is going to be normal. Nothing's going to be affected. That's from the THC compound being so low. So 20/1, that's going to be perfect for first-time cannabis users because 20 is your CBD compound. 1 is your THC. So you're just going to have more CBD than THC. That's literally perfect for, first-time cannabis users because of it being sky-high levels of CBD. It's just, you're consuming it in small dosages of THC and high of CBD. It makes perfect sense. So now 1/0, that's perfect for people that, they have drug tests. They can't have THC showing up in their pee or anything. Like, it's literally those that need no THC levels at all, and it's just CBD. So my thing, I would go 1/1. It gives you that literally mellow feeling. You're like, oh, okay, CBD, like that's cool. Like it takes away that paranoia. Some people, when they smoke too much, they get nauseous. Take a CBD. Take a goddamn CBD. And it matters about the product of CBD that you're taking. You can't just, go to a freaking gas station and get some CBD and hope that works. Like, you really need some quality stuff to get you going. So, and it also, surprisingly, in my research, it helps with the munchies. Like it offsets munchies. Like let's say if like you got really, really stoned and you're like, damn, I'm so hungry. Like I could eat a horse. Take some CBD, like smoke some CBD, take CBD gummies. Like that literally will reduce the amount of munchies that you're feeling or feelings of nausea or anything that's a negative side effect of THC. Just take a CBD. Take it, you'll be fine. So that's it for Edibles 101. Now we're going to go into the fun topic, Convo and chill. So this is going to be weird ways to make money in the sex industry without having sex. So I gotta take a drink for this one. Because I might do some of these things, like I said. All right, we lit the blunt. We're happy. Okay, first one up is gonna be sex phone operators. So, the classic how it started. You call a sex line, you talk dirty with a woman on the phone. Normally, it doesn't really come with like a picture of the person. Well, I know back in the day it didn't. I'm sure now it does. Um, you find out who you're talking to, you get a little description. It's a good time. Some of them have now progressed to not just on the phone, but texting, the sexting, as they call it. Sex texting, which is sexting. Now, sorry, this fucking blunt's annoying me. You get sex for cash or phone sex. They charge by the minute usually. So if you're on the phone with them by the minute, you're getting charged. So they're getting paid by the minute. So the longer they got you on the phone, the longer, like, the more money they're gonna make. So the annual salary is $40,000 to $60,000, and it varies based on how long each phone call lasts. So it says to keep your call time around 2 hours, around the 2 hour mark. Keep that motherfucker on the phone for over an hour. Interesting take on when I was reading people's, I don't even know, it's not reviews, but their experiences. And yeah, very interesting how much cash you can make just by talking to someone on the phone, all sexy like. I'm like, I do that for free. I could get paid for that. Although I don't know how long I could just talk to them. Like 2 hours, that's pretty excessively long. That's just me. But some people got the time, especially if you got, you know, a rich person on the phone. I'm sure they'll pay you a lot. So next up is OnlyFans slash porn slash webcammers. They're all pretty much in the same category. I was going to do each one separate, but I'm like, it's the same goddamn thing. I'm just repeating myself. So basically, you're selling nude photos or videos of yourself. Maybe it's self-pleasuring yourself, or maybe it's having intercourse with another person or people, but it's basically you're selling it online. So it's for subscribers only for OnlyFans. Usually you can't just see content for free. You have to subscribe and then you get to see the content, or you pay for it on their page. Stuff like webcamming and Pornhub, they can be super public. So that's the thing about OnlyFans and regular porn sites, is that they have that protective feature where you can, you know, only choose to share your content with subscribers, people that subscribe to you, versus just a random person just stumbling across your video and not paying for it. But the actual website pays for your video based on how many like views you get. Especially when it comes to webcamming, it all depends on how many gifts people are going to give you. So that's the most complicated part. There's no real annual salary really that fits into all the categories. There's a range though. So it depends on how successful you are on the sites. So for top OnlyFans creators, they make about $100,000 a month, which is shit, not too fucking shabby. That's just for a month. But that's if you're in the high rollers, like you have a lot of subscribers, you have a lot of content that you're posting per week, per day. So again, it varies based on your content, based on what you're uploading. And for like average, you know, Jills, literally it just says 150 to 200 a month. Give or take, it varies. So you can't really pinpoint how much you're going to make on these sites. It's just how well you promote yourself, how well you're gathering fans, and especially how much you're charging for your videos. That all varies. So the next one is my personal favorite, which these last two are my personal favorite, and I might do it, but we'll see. So it's selling used underwear or used sex toys. Now, the whole purpose or the whole gist of it, when you are selling your underwear, you have to wear them. Either it's for a whole day or for a few hours. Some people actually pay extra for you to make a mess in the underwear and send it to them. So that's premium package right there. Okay, just selling the goddamn underwear that you just made a mess in. So let's see, even for sex toys, you are to use them immediately and send it to the buyer. There's no, you know, wait around time. Like, you just want it to be as fresh as possible and just send it out. So this one's kind of interesting. There's the popular website for used underwear is called Sniffer. And yes, I did create an account. I have not done anything with it, but I kind of want to see where it goes. So the average, they make about, 8 sales a month. So that's potentially 8 underwear that you're selling a month, which I could sell more than that, just saying. And they charge about $20 to $30 per underwear. It's about, give or take $200 a month if you were to do it that route. That's like the average. So even for sex toys, I probably charge way more than fucking $20. Like most sex toys are more than $20. So now the last but not least, this one I'm probably going to do. Most likely going to do this one because Jesus, I was shocked at how much money these people fucking make. I was like, there's no way. This is fake. This is fake news. It's not. It's really not. So there's a foot fetish community and they're called foot hookers or foot prostitutes. I don't know who came up with the name, but god damn, I've seen a bunch of them. So anyways, you create videos and take pictures of your feet doing interesting things. So it literally can be squishing food or squishing fruit with your feet, with your toes. You could be getting your feet tickled. You can even have like your toes sucked on, and people will pay to watch that shit. It's very interesting how many good ideas come about the foot community. They'll pay for anything, I swear. So literally the most popular website I found was called Feet Finder, and they literally just point you in the right direction. If you want some foot stuff, they'll just be like, okay, well, what category of foot stuff? Like, what? There's categories? I didn't know. So the average you can make, and this is without being like a high roller, you can make $500 to $800 a month. I guess people pay a lot for feet things. You can produce multiple feet things. You can get creative. I have a couple ideas I'm jotting down just from looking at people doing stuff. I'm like, wow, people pay for feet things. It's very interesting. I don't know. But I'm definitely going to do that one. That's going to be the first one I explore, is the foot thing. I'm just saying. So yeah, that's all I got for Convo and Chill, guys. There was 4 ways I described to you how to make money in the sex industry without having no sex, no type of sexual intercourse. You do not do the deed. There's none of that. It's all virtual. Hooray. Especially the foot fetish one. That one got me. I'm just saying, I'm like, that one's easy money. Sign me up for that one. Anyways, all right. So that's the end of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening, and keep it high. As always, stay stoned.
Cover my biddies if they show.
Let's go. There you go. You did
That's
it.
okay.
You didn't flash nobody.
I got him. I'm straight. I got him. They're hidden. Hold on.
This is a fucking talent. This is a talent right now. Jesus Christ.
There you go.
You
No
did
biddies
it.
were harmed.
You did it.